Dear students, welcome to the fourth part of your module 5 probability. Okay, in that module 5 already we studied about conditional probability and independent events in the last video. Okay, today we will work out some more problems under independent events. Now before going to the problems, just once again recall all the formulae which are required. Okay, P of A intersection B is P of A into P of B given that A, or P of B into P of A given that B. This is the conditional probability formula. Okay. Probability of the intersection using the conditional probability. And if A and B are independent, then your condition is not important. Then this can be written as only P of A into P of B. So if A and B are independent, then P of A intersection B is just P of A into P of B. Remember. And if A and B are independent, we also proved that A and B complement are also independent. That means probability of their intersection equal to product of the probabilities. So if A and B are independent, their complements are also independent. One more result. P of A complement intersection B complement is equal to P of A complement into P of B complement. Okay, remember. And similar to this, here I have given you P of A intersection B complement. Similar to this, you can also write P of A complement intersection B. They are also independent. Okay. So when you know that A and B are independent, you can take either A and B as it is or their complements, but all are independent. And notation for at least one. Sometimes the problem will be given in sentence form. In that case, what is the probability that at least one of them hold good? That means at least one of the events occur. Okay, the notation is A P of A union B in the case of two events. It is 1 minus probability of none. So complementary event of at least one is none. Recall, what is probability of A complement? 1 minus probability of A. Remember, at least one complementary event is none. So here, equivalent formula. If you know that A and B are independent, then P of A union B is equal to, you can directly find using this formula, 1 minus P of A complement into B complement. So this is only for independent events. I am giving you the formula now. Exactly one of the events A or B occurs. So two events will be given to you. They will ask you the probability of exactly one of the events. In that case, meaning is A complement B intersection B or A intersection B complement notation. And anyway, you can find the probability. This is only notation for exactly one of the events. Anyway, you can find the probability. If three events are given to you, A, B, C, probability of at least one, just like this at least one. Okay. What is the notation for at least one? Out of two events, A union B. Here out of three events, A union B union C. So remember, at least one means union. Once again, it is 1 minus probability of none. You can write like this, 1 minus probability of A complement into probability of B complement into probability of C complement. Okay. And here also we are using the De Morgan's rule. You can directly remember this result. One or no more than one event occurs. That means exactly one event occurs out of three events. Notation is exactly one means only A occurs. B does not occur, C does not occur. Or another possibility, only B occurs. A does not occur, C does not occur. Or another possibility, A does not occur, B does not occur, only C occurs. So remember these ideas, these notations, it will help you to understand the problems easily. Okay. So I am going to the problems now. A husband and wife appear in an interview for two vacancies in the same post. The probability of husband's selection is 1 by 7 and that of wife's selection is 1 by 5. What is the probability that both of them will be selected? Only one of them will be selected. None of them will be selected. Okay, here main work is you have to apply the notations correctly. After that you can easily find the probabilities. So start from the given condition. Given that husband's selection probability is 1 by 7. So take P of A equal to probability of, okay, here P is missing, include P, probability of husband's selection. P of, include P here, P of husband selection, which is 1 by 7. And second probability is given, wife selection. P of B equal to P of wife selection, which is 1 by 5. So P of A and P of B are given to you. First question, what is the probability that both of them will be selected? That means both husbands and wife selection. For both events, what is the notation? A intersection B. And here, they have not given that A and B are independent, but still, A and B are independently appearing for the interview. Correct? When persons are different or when trials are different, we always consider them as independent events. See here, they are appearing for the interview, but persons are different, husband and wife. So we take it as independent events. So using the condition for independent events, what is the condition? I will show you the previous slide once again. If A and B are independent, then P of A intersection B equal to P of A into P of B. So directly you can multiply the probabilities. And both probabilities are given to you, write the answer. This is the first question. So once if you know the notations, it's very easy question. Only one of them will be selected. What is the notation for only one? I am going to show you the slide once again, previous slide. You have two events here. Out of two, only one means exactly one. This point. Exactly one of the events means A complement intersection B. Meaning is not A, only B. Or not B, only A. So using this type of notation here, only one selected means either only husband is selected or only wife is selected. Okay. Only A means only husband, only A means this is the notation. A intersection B complement. Only A means only A, not B. That's the meaning. Plus only B means B is there but not A. A complement intersection B. Okay. Now, once if you write this notation, once if you can use the conditional probability independent events condition. If A and B are independent, what about A and B complement? If A and B are independent, what is this result? We are just multiplying the probabilities. Same idea we use here. Multiply the probabilities. P of A into P of B complement. You can write one more step here. One more step after this. I am just dictating now. P of A into P of B complement plus P of A complement into P of B. Okay. How to find P of A? P of A is given 1 by 7. P of A is given to you 1 by 7. P of B complement. How to find this P of B complement? I have not shown the step here. How to find P of B complement? P of B complement is always 1 minus P of B. Remember the property. 1 minus 1 by 5. You can check it, calculate and check it. You get 4 by 5. Plus this probability is P of A complement into P of B. And how to find P of A complement? Go to P of A. It is 1 by 7. So P of A complement becomes 1 minus 1 by 7, which is 6 by 7. Okay, it is written here. Order is interchanged. Don't worry. This is P of A complement and P of B is 1 by 5 given. Now calculate this. Once if you write the notations and substitute, you can easily calculate. Answer is 2 by 7. Third question. None of them will be selected. What is the notation for none? None means neither A nor B. That's the meaning. So A complement and B complement. So write the notation. And because of independent events, you can directly multiply the probabilities. P of A complement into P of B complement. P of A complement is 1 minus 1 by 7. 1 minus 1 by 7, which is 6 by 7, into P of B complement is 1 minus 1 by 5, which is 4 by 5. Multiply. The answer is 24 by 35. Very simple question. Only your work is to write the notations correctly, then apply the condition of independent events. And similar type of problems with some other sentences may be given. Okay, usually they give you two events A and B with this type of notations, P of A intersection B. Okay, but instead of giving the notation, they will give you the sentences. Both means intersection. Exactly one means this notation. Okay, none means this notation. At least one means, here I have not used at least in this problem. At least is not asked. What is the notation for at least? Probability of A union B. So remember the notations. So I'll go to the next problem now. Three students A, B, C write an entrance examination. Their chances of passing are 1 by 2, 1 by 3 and 1 by 4 respectively. Find the probability that at least one of them passes. All of them passes. So how many events are there? This is selected from your model question paper, and also it appeared in one of the last year's question paper. Okay, here how many events are there? A, B, C, 3 events. So you take the notation A equal to A passes the entrance examination. A passes. B means B passes. C means C passes the examination. Now what with 3 probabilities are given. Their chances are nothing but probabilities. Chances of passing the exam are 1 by 2, P of A is 1 by 2, P of B is 1 by 3 and P of C is 1 by 4. So chances of passing the examination are given. Then probability that A does not pass in the exam. Okay, P of A complement, which is 1 minus P of A, 1 minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Okay, and P of B complement is 1 minus 1 by 3, you get 2 by 3. P of C complement is 1 minus 1 by 4, 3 by 4. Okay, actually these 3 terms are required later while working out these problems. Okay, here I calculated now itself. Later also you can calculate as we have done in the previous example. In the previous example, we have not calculated these probabilities of the complements. Directly I substituted here, correct? This probability I directly substituted here. Same idea you can use here also. Now go to the question. First question, at least one of them. What is the notation for at least one? Out of 3 events, it is union. Probability of at least one of the events means P of A union B union C. At least one is nothing but 1 minus probability of none. You can directly remember this formula. How to get this formula? I have just given the method here. You can directly go to this formula. Okay, in some textbooks they directly use this formula. Probability of at least one is 1 minus probability of none. None means all the 3 are having complements. Okay. Now what is this formula? A union B union C is nothing but complementary event of A union B union C complement, correct? So 1 minus probability of complementary event. And when you use De Morgan's rule, this term can be written as A complement intersection B complement intersection C complement. Okay. And using the independent events, probability of the intersection equal to product of the probabilities. Multiply and write. So you can use this formula only in the case of independent events. Okay. Now substitute. P of A complement is calculated in the previous slide. It was 1 by 2. P of B complement is 2 by 3. And P of C complement is 3 by 4. And you know how to calculate this. Use your calculator or directly you can take the LCM and calculate. You get 3 by 4. What is the second question? Probability that all of them pass. All means intersection. At least one means union. A intersection B intersection C. Clearly A, B, C are 3 different students. They are independent. So directly. Once again in this problem also they have not mentioned the events as independent. But you have to understand because 3 persons are different. 3 students are different. So they are independent. Okay. So second question, all of them. All of them notation is this. P of A into P of B into P of C multiply. You get the answer 1 by 24. Very simple question, only remember the notations properly. So only 2 questions are asked here. Now let us move to the next question. The probability that a team wins a match is 3 by 5. If this team plays 3 matches in a tournament, what is the probability that the team wins all the matches, wins at least one match, wins at most one match, loses all the matches? Okay. Now only one probability is given here. What is that probability? Probability that a team wins a match. Okay. But it plays 3 matches. So you can consider 3 events A, B, C. Okay, A as the first match, B as the second match, C as the third match. Probability of A means probability of winning the first match. Okay. Instead of A, B, C, here I am using the notation W, so it is easily understood. W is for winning. So probability of W1 means winning the first match, W2 means winning the second match, W3 means winning the third match, and that chance is given as 3 by 5. Okay. And how to decide whether W1, W2, W3 are independent? Because matches are different. Correct? 3 different matches. So they are independent events. Now the complementary event, that means not winning the match. Not winning the match means losing the match. It is actually W1 complement, W2 complement and W3 complement. Okay. Instead of W1 complement, I am using the notation L1, L2, L3 so that you can easily understand. L means losing, W means winning. Okay, don't confuse. You can also use here A, here B, here C, and this is A complement, this is B complement, this is C complement. Okay, they are complementary events. And what is the probability of complementary events of these 3? That means P of L1, P of L2 and P of L3. These are given by 1 minus probability of the event 3 by 5. So answer is 2 by 5. So now instead of complementary events and events, I am just using W and L. Remember, what is the first question? Probability of winning all the matches. All the 3 matches means it is actually all means intersection. W1 intersection W2 intersection W3. But here all the 3 events are independent. So directly I have written the product formula. Because of independence we are using this formula. You can write the reason at the side. Because of independence between the events. Okay. So multiply these 3 probabilities. So 3 by 5 into 3 by 5 into 3 by 5. Okay, you can write the steps and then calculate. You get 27 by 125. So winning all the matches, probability is 27 by 125. Second question, wins at least one match. When 3 events are given to you, what is the notation for at least one? A union B union C. But probability of at least one is nothing but 1 minus probability of none. Probability of winning at least one match means 1 minus probability of not winning in any match. That's the meaning. Losing all the matches. None means not winning in any matches. Losing all the matches means losing in first match and losing in second match as well as. So using the independent events, directly multiply the probabilities here. So 1 minus, for this probability is P of L1 into P of L2 into P of L3. Substitute. What is your P of L1, L2, L3? P of L1, L2, L3 are 2 by 5 each. Multiply 2 by 5 into 2 by 5 into 2 by 5. You get 8 by 125. Subtract, you get 117 by 125. Third question, probability of winning at the most one match. At the most one match means maximum possible number of matches winning is only one. So either it is only one match or less than one. That means 0 matches. 0 matches means all the 3 matches they are losing. So P of L1, P of L2, P of L3. All the 3 matches they are losing. One possibility. Plus exactly one match. Exactly one means winning only in one match, then losing second match and third match, winning only the first match. Or another possibility, losing the first match, winning the second match and losing the third match. Or losing the first match, losing the second match, winning the third match. You can see in each of these cases, either the team is winning only one match, so here only one W is present, here also only one W is present, here only one W is present. So either only one match or no match. So here no W is present, correct? So at the most one match means either only one or not more than one. So less than 1, 0. Now you know the probability formula for this. Just multiply these probabilities. P of L1, P of L2, P of L3. You get 8 by 125. Plus these three. You can check it. You get 3 by 5 plus 3 by 5 plus 3 by 5. You can multiply and check it. The winning and losing, correct? Winning and losing. 3 by 5 into 2 by 5. Okay, product 3 by 5 into 2 by 5 into 2 by 5. So 2 matches losing, so 2 by 5, 1 match is winning. Like this there are 3 terms. Okay, either you can write separately and then calculate. I have written 3 into here, meaning is for this and for this you get the same answer. So multiplied by 3. You can separately substitute and calculate. You get the answer 44 by 125. Fourth question, probability of losing all the matches. That means losing the first match and losing the second match and losing the third match. Directly multiply the probabilities. You get 8 by 125. What is the next question? No, only 4 questions, correct? Very simple and standard questions. We'll go to the next question now. A can hit a target 3 times in 5 shots, B 2 times in 5 shots and C 3 times in 4 shots. So they have given the probabilities. Actually directly it is not given in the form of probability. What is the meaning? Out of 5 trials only 3 are favorable. That's the meaning. 3 times in 5 shots he can hit the target means 3 by 5 is the probability. So you take A equal to probability of A hitting the target as A, event A. I have not given any notation here. You can give the notation. This is another way of solving the problem. I am just giving you all possible methods here. You can also give the notation A. A equal to A hits the target. B equal to B hits the target. C equal to C hits the target. And what is probability of A? 3 by 5. What is probability of B? 2 by 5. 2 times in 5 shots. 2 by 5. And what is probability of C? 3 times in 4 shots. So 3 by 4. Now what is the question? What they fire a volley. What is the probability that 2 shots hit? 2 shots hit means exactly 2 shots hit. That's the meaning. Okay. Out of 3 persons, exactly 2 of them hit the target. Okay. And at least 2 shots hit. At least means, actually at least 1 means A union B union C, but here at least 2. Least number of shots is 2. So it is 2 or more than 2. That's the meaning. Now write the notation first. What is, in order that 2 shots may hit the target, the following cases must be considered. What is the first case? Chance that A and B hit the target and C fails to hit the target. A and B hit the target, so 3 by 5 into 2 by 5, but C fails, so 1 minus 3 by 4. Directly I have written the product of probability here and I have denoted it as P1, one possibility. Answer is 6 by 100. You multiply and check it, 6%. Okay. Next, P2, B and C hit the target, but A fails to hit the target. Okay, we are finding the possibility of exactly 2 shots. 2 shots hit. That means exactly 2 persons hit the target, not the third one. So B and C hit, A does not hit. For B, it is 2 by 5. C it is 3 by 4, but not A. Not A means 1 minus 3 by 5. Multiply the probabilities, you get this answer. P3 means chance that C and A hit the target, but B fails to hit. For C, what is the probability? 3 by 4. And for A, what is the probability? 3 by 5. Not B. Not B means 1 minus 2 by 5. Multiply and check it. You may get the answer in decimals. If you get 0.27, it is taken as 27%. That means 27 by 100. You can also write in terms of decimals. This will be 0.06, this will be 0.12, and this will be 0.27. Now, exactly two shots hit means you have to add these three possibilities. Either only A and B hit, C does not hit, or B and C hit, A does not hit, or C and A hit, B does not hit. Correct? Add these three probabilities. So answer for the first question is, you add this and check it, you get 0.45. That means 45 by 100. 45%. Next, second question. What is the question? At least two shots hit. Okay. Just to see this explanation. In order that at least two shots may hit the target, that means either least number of shots is 2. So either exactly 2 or more than 2. Exactly 2 is already considered. P1, P2, P3. All the three cases are required here. Exactly 2 or more than 2. Least number is 2 means either 2 or more than 2. So for exactly 2 we have calculated here. More than 2 means all the 3. For all the 3 you find the probability as P4, another possibility. Chance that all the 3 persons A, B, C hit the target. Multiply the probabilities. P of A into P of B into P of C. You get this answer. Now add this to your exactly 2. Exactly 2 plus all gives you at least 2. Okay. Add and check it. Answer is 0.63. So just try to understand the meaning of at least 2. At least 1 means only A union B union C. But at least 2 means we have to consider least possibilities 2. That means 2 or more than 2. For 2 you have the answer. More than 2 means all the 3. Then add the probabilities. Okay. So next question. The odds that a book will be reviewed favorably by 3 independent critics are 5 to 2, 4 to 3 and 3 to 4. Remember, when the data is given in this form, 5 to 2 means that 5 is to 2. Okay. 4 to 3 means 4 is to 3. 3 to 4 means 3 is to 4. Okay. What is the notation for is to? One semicolon. Colon notation, right? 3 and colon notation and 4. Sometimes they may give you in notation also. Meaning is, totally there are 5 plus 2. That means 7 cases. Out of them, 5 are favorable to the event and 2 are not favorable to the event. Similarly here, there are totally 4 plus 3, 7 cases. Out of them, 4 are favorable and 3 are not favorable. Okay, I already explained you in the first video of this chapter. Just go through it once again. Okay, I explained in the form of when the data is given in this form, m is to n, how to find the probability. Okay, so this is, take A as the event. What is the question? That a book will be, this will be book, okay, not book, reviewed favorably by 3 independent critics. So take first critic as A. So take it as probability of A, first event. 5 divided by 5 plus 2, 7. Similarly, for the second critic B, second critic or second reviewer, it is 4 divided by 4 plus 3, 4 by 7. And for the third critic, it is 3 divided by 3 plus 4, which is 7. Okay. So these three probabilities are given. So remember how to write the probabilities when this type of data is given. Next method is same. Out of 3 reviews, majority will be favorable. What is the meaning? Majority will be favorable means, out of 3, either 2 are favorable and 1 is not favorable, or all the 3 are favorable. For example, if you are playing 3 matches, winning in majority of the matches means what is the meaning? Winning in majority of the matches means out of 3 matches, either you will win in 2 matches or all the 3 matches, correct? So same meaning comes here. So majority possibilities I have listed here. One possibility, winning in, sorry, here condition is independent, reviewing favorably, correct? So here A and B means reviewing, A is reviewing favorably, B is reviewing favorably, and C is not reviewing favorably. That's the meaning. Just using the multiplication rule of independent events. Here 3 different independent critics. Here it is given independent. Even otherwise, when 3 persons are different, we take them as independent events. So P of A into P of B into P of C complement. Multiply and write. You know the method, how to find P of C complement? 1 minus 3 by 7. Okay, multiply and check it. You get 80 by 343. Check it. Next, another possibility. A and C are favorable, B is not favorable. Multiply the probability. P of A into P of B complement into P of C. P of B complement is 3 by 7. 1 minus, what is B here? 4 by 7. So 1 minus 4 by 7, you get 3 by 7. And P of, okay, here, P of B complement is written here. And what is P of C? P of C is 3 by 7. Okay. Here terms are interchanged, don't confuse. P of B complement is written here. 1 minus. P of C is written here. You can use any order, but your multiplication will be same. You get 45 by 343. You can also write in decimals. You will get 0 point something. You can write in decimals. Third possibility, second and third are favorable and first is not favorable. That means A complement and B and C. Multiply the probabilities. For A complement, it is 1 minus P of A, probability of A complement, 1 minus 5 by 7. Okay, I have written this probability of complementary events as the third term in each case, and other two terms are written here. Okay, you can use any order, multiply and check it. Answer is 24 by 343. And what is the question? What is the probability that out of 3 reviews, majority will be favorable? Now we have taken the possibilities of majority 2. 2 are favorable, correct? And 1 is not favorable. But all the 3 may be favorable. So consider that condition also. All the 3. So A intersection B intersection C, just multiply the probabilities, calculate. Now add all the possibilities. So these are the 4 possibilities for majority as the favorable reviews. Just add the probabilities, you get 209 by 343. You can also write in decimals, just check your answer. The problem is when you write in decimals, you are neglecting some of the decimal places. So each term when you are neglecting some of the decimal places. Okay, final answer, there may be some difference. Okay, so in that case, it is better to write the answer in P by Q form and then add. Okay. Otherwise, at least take 4 or 5 decimal places from your calculator. Don't just round the values to 1 or 2 decimal places. Remember, 4 or 5 decimal places are important to get the more accurate answer. So this is actually similar to previous problem. Only one difference is the data is given in the form of 8 m is to n, 5 to 2, 5 is to 2, 4 is to 3, 3 is to 4. Because of that, this is a new problem. Otherwise, these conditions are similar to previous problems. Now I am going to the next question. This is also selected from your model question paper and which is repeated in other question papers. Okay. It is similar to your worked out problem, once again not new. A shooter can hit a target 3 out of 4 shots. 3 out of 4 shots means 3 by 4. 3 are favorable out of total 4. Another shooter can hit the target 2 out of 3 shots. Find the probability that target being hit when both of them try, when only one shooter tries. Meaning is when both of them try means both of them hit the target. Only one hit means exactly one hits the target. Already we worked out some problems with Both means intersection. Exactly one means either only A or only B. A intersection B complement or A complement intersection B. Same meaning here. Only problem is sentence is new. It is similar to your worked out problem. Just check it. What is P of A? A hits the target 3 by 4 and B hits the target 2 by 3. Both of them hit the target. A intersection B. Answer for the first question. Multiply the probabilities and write your answer. Only one of them hit the target. Only one means either only A not B or only B not A. Write the probabilities, and intersection means we multiply the probabilities using the independent events. In each case when you multiply, it is better if you write the reason at the side in the bracket. Here I have not written. In each problem, in previous problems also, whenever you multiply, write the reason because the events are independent. Okay. So here multiply and check the answer. You get 0. See, I am not using this answer anywhere, so I have written the decimal values. One reason, and another reason is this is written at least correct to 4 decimal places. In such cases you can use. Don't write only 0.4. That won't give you the nearest answer. Don't write only this. In some cases students write like this 0.41. No. At least write 4 or 5 decimal places. Then only it will be more accurate answer. Okay. So this is a simple question with only two events A and B. Very simple question. See the number of times it is asked. Okay. So just try to understand the notation. You can answer any question. Next question. A pair of dice is tossed twice. Find the probability of scoring 7 points once, at least once, twice. What is the random experiment here? Tossing a pair of dice twice. When you are tossing a pair of dice once, how many possibilities are there? Already we have worked out similar problem. There are 36 possibilities in your sample space. I have not given the sample space here in this problem. It is understood which of the outcomes are there. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, etc. up to 1, 6. Similarly 2, 1 to 2, 6. 3, 1 to 3, 6. 4, 1 to 4, 6. Like this, you have totally 36 possibilities. I have directly written the favorable cases here. Out of total 36 possibilities, how many cases are favorable to get the sum equal to 7? So I have just listed those cases here. From the first row you get 1, 6. From the second row you get 2, 5. Like this, if you count, there are 6 possibilities to get the sum equal to 7. So 6 by 36. Probability of A. What is your event A? Probability of getting the score once. Take it as 1 by 6 in the first toss. So probability of not getting 7 in the first toss, it is nothing but complementary event of A, P of A complement. It is given by 1 minus 1 by 6, which is 5 by 6. Now, for the second toss, for the first toss there are 36 outcomes because in one toss you are tossing 2 dice. Again for the second toss, there are 36 possibilities and tosses are independent, correct? So I am taking event B as getting the sum equal to 7 in the second toss. Once again this probability same as this. Okay. Chance is same. And not getting 7 in the second toss, I am taking it as P of B complement, which is 5 by 6. And once if you know P of A complement, P of B and P of B complement, you can directly go to the second question. Sorry, first question, once. What does it mean? Once means exactly once. Exactly one means either only A, not B. Okay, either you can write the sentence or directly write the notation. P of A intersection B complement. You can write the notation. I have multiplied directly here. P of A into P of B complement. One possibility. Okay. And in the not getting 7 in the first toss and getting 7 in the second toss, it is P of A complement into P of B. Once again 5 by 6 into 1 by 6. In each case you get the same answer, 5 by 36. Since these two are mutually exclusive events, probability required is adding these two possibilities. You get 5 by 18. So you can also write the notation here. This is nothing but P of A intersection B complement plus this is P of A complement intersection B. And what is your second question here? At least once. At least once means at least once. Either once or more than once. That's the meaning. So what is the notation for probability of at least once? 1 minus probability of none. So here I obtained the probability of none first, then used that answer here. You can use any order. Either directly write the formula and then calculate this. What is probability of none? That means probability of not A and not B. A complement and B complement. Multiply the probabilities of the complements. You get 25 by 36. Then substitute that answer here. You can use any order. So at least one. Probability means 1 minus probability of none. Remember. Calculate. You get 11 by 36. Third question. Probability of getting 7 twice. That means in the first toss also you are getting 7. And second toss also you are getting 7. So chance is 1 by 6 into 1 by 6. Answer is 1 by 36. I am just giving you some practice problems now. All are similar to the problems which you have worked out today. Just go through this. Okay, take a screenshot of this. Try to answer. Okay. If for the first two questions I have given you the answer here, just check whether you get the answer. This is selected from your recent question paper. Same type of question is answered already. Okay. Problem is given to 3 students. In your previous video also I answered a similar question. Only data is new here. So you can answer yourself. You can send me your answer. I will verify and inform you. Okay. So I will stop here. In the next video, we will work out the problems under Bayes theorem. Very important rule, Bayes rule. That is the last topic in your module 5, Bayes theorem. And very easy to understand. Just concentrate and try to understand one question. You can answer all the remaining questions. Okay. So I will continue in the next video. Thank you.